Oh my gosh. Okay. We're live. Ooh, rocking the table. So it's Saturday night. It's 8 p.m. and we are drinking some wine.
He is drinking some wine.
Where did your beer go? Did you drink it all? Do you like Coors?
Hey, everybody.
So Eduardo and Andrew and Kyle and Sapna. We missed you in the last live, Sapna. And Danny and Nicholas and Cassie and Andres and Armando and Pia and Kai and Terry and Dylan and Michael and Bethany and Tony and Tom and Kyle and Andrew and Christopher and Eric and Mike and Sapna again and Jess and Finn and Mark and Joshua and Justin and Danny and Maggie and Jeff and Stanley and Kyle and Calvin and everyone.
Hello,
Stanley's just stopping by.
everybody. Today was a very, very lazy day for us. We did go to the grocery store and we did work out.
We visited our friend.
We got our friend a housewarming gift because he just moved into a new place. So we put together a cozy night in basket for him.
Yep. We went grocery shopping and got a lot of groceries for the week. So, I mean, I don't think it was super lazy.
It's pretty lazy, but it was a good day.
Hey, Anthony, it's his first time catching us live.
Hello.
So tonight is one of those nights where I feel like doing nothing except staying in and watching something on Netflix.
Hey, AP. May I ask a cheeky question? In your last Instagram post, what was Thomas?
Was Thomas's hands covering one of his journals? Or what was now, AP, what do you mean by that? The reason I will tell you the reason my hand was placed like that actually is because that was the second time we'd written that list, and I didn't want people to see the first list because it wasn't as nicely written.
Yeah.
So if that's what you mean, that is why
it was covering.
It was covered like it was a weird. I was like, normally I would not be doing it like that, but that's how it was.
Yeah.
So if that's what you mean.
What else? So we've kind of been MIA on social media, mainly Instagram this weekend because, well, Thursday, Friday, what is today? Saturday. Because on Thursday, we had a full disclosure meeting about a potential placement. On the same day that we had that, we found out that there's a good chance that we may be getting the 3 kids that we had fostered back. Not because of any reason like neglect or something like that. It was just that the kids are placed with a grandmother and an aunt and an uncle, and their work schedule is absolutely crazy. Like, I can't imagine doing the work schedule that they have on top of watching 3 kids. It's a lot of work. Those kids are amazing kids, but 3 kids is a lot. So even though it's 3 adults, they all work different schedules. So usually it's just like one of them watching them at a time. And it's a lot of work. And we are lucky enough to have a really good work schedule because we work from home. We control our hours. And so from the beginning, we've told them that we will babysit whenever we can. And so we babysit a lot. Mm-hmm. But over time, it's just come to the realization of them that it may be best for us to take the placement back, but they can still see them and babysit them whenever they want to. So just be kind of better for everybody because we love the kids and would absolutely love the chance to take the placement back. So the complication with that is because of our potential new placement, along with getting the 3 kids, we just don't know if we're capable of doing 4 kids. And it's not 100% guaranteed that we're going to get the 3 kids back. So we kind of want to wait to see what's going to happen with the 3 kids before we say yes or no to the 4th kid who would be up for adoption. So that's a whole other thing. Like, he is ready to be adopted. Parents have already terminated rights. So we would literally in like 6 or 7 months be dads, which is crazy to think of.
I know.
But there are other families that want him, whereas I can't imagine letting the kids go back into the system just because of that. So I don't know. We have a lot to think about this weekend through next week. So wish us luck. It's a lot of pressure. Like we feel like we want to take in every kid possible, but ultimately each kid needs attention, and we want to just make sure that we can give them all the right amount of attention.
All right.
So that's what we've been like processing the last couple of days.
Sopna, your email was so sweet, by the way. She sent us a good luck email about Thursday's meeting. We haven't had a chance to respond, but I did see it and we did read it. So thank you.
I haven't had a chance to read it. That was
so sweet that she remembered. Always. She always remembers. She's so sweet. A couple of other people are here for the first time, like Eduardo. Brandy said 4 is better than none. I do agree with that.
I know. We've struggled so much on like trying to decide if we should do 4.
Cassie said you mentioned the 4th child might need a home without other children. Wouldn't that affect the other 3?
And see, that's why it's more complicated than just being like, he's just ready to go. There are some things in his past that would definitely require us to have supervise, make sure that he was supervised around the kids. I don't really think that the kids would be in, I 100% don't think the kids would be in danger, but there are things in his past that we would definitely need to like supervise. If we did consider taking all 4, he would need his own bedroom, which is fine. We have that. It's just, there's a lot that goes into the decision, and it's a little bit more complicated than, oh, it's just a kid, because there are things that we would have to like really consider. We have 3 kids under 4, a 10-year-old, and then there's some behavioral things mixed in there. So it's a lot to think about.
It really is. And Jen kind of brought up a good question. They said, odd question, but don't you think that these kids who you fostered and now babysit are taking advantage of you? It's like the other parents literally drop them every chance they get with you. So
I think to be fair for them, before they even asked us to babysit, we were messaging them constantly saying, hey, if y'all just need like a day, let us know. We'll pick them up. So we kind of forced ourselves onto them very early on. Like even the day that we turned them over to them, we were like, okay, here's our numbers. Here's our Facebook, blah, blah, blah. Feel free to message us if you need us to run them to a doctor's appointment. So it may seem like that online because we do babysit them a lot, but it's really because of us. We
want to babysit them because we love those kids. We miss them. And also we found out that, and this is such a good feeling, it's the only reason I'm saying it, that the kids actually ask about us quite a bit. We found out whenever they're over there. And so they're always
like, ask about when they can come over.
Yeah, like when are we going to PJ and Thomas's? So it actually works out great because that family has a really tough work schedule, like PJ said. So they kind of need the help anyways, and we're available to help. And
it's 3 adults with 3 different work schedules, and they all share a car. So that's really, really tough. And they have 3 kids. One is in school Monday through Friday, who has to go to school at like 7 and get picked up at 1:30. So it's almost impossible for them to do it, but they still somehow manage to take care of them and feed them and get them to school, and
they're doing great.
Yeah, they're doing a great job with the kids, but it's a lot. And I really don't think I'd be able to do it if I was in their situation. So the fact that they've made it, I mean, we're going on
like 2 months, 3 months,
2 or 3 months.
But that's okay, Jen. No, yeah. And Jen said, I didn't mean to, whatever. No, seriously, that was a good question. Because we've actually got that, we received that question a bunch on Instagram. And we never know how to answer it because like we know that they're not taking advantage of us, but we hope it doesn't come across that way online. And
we do have full control over whether or not we want to like if they've asked us a few times to babysit and it's not worked with our schedule and we've said no and they were completely fine with it. So yeah, I really think in this situation it's not like that, but I can see your point because it does seem like we have them a lot, but that's mainly because we want them as much as possible. We really have gotten attached to them. And that's why in the beginning, whenever we had only had them 3 weeks and when they went home and we had talked about how we felt sad that they went home and like it took a few days to get over it. And we talked about that on our stories on Instagram and made a post about it. And we got a lot of hate from people saying, you only had them 3 weeks. How could you be attached? You're just using them to get likes and
Yeah, that was weird.
Status. And so that was one of the things that was really tough, because I was just like, you don't know how we feel. You don't know the situation. So yeah.
We got attached really quickly, and that attachment has not let up.
Yeah.
So that's just life. We can't help how we feel. Yeah, Derek, that is tough. A lot of kids in the system, and I don't know if you said that they were in the system or not, but a lot of kids have been abused and they need substantial therapy. So it's just kind of part of it.
Do you think there would be ever an option to adopt your first 3? So there's always that potential if the parents are following a permanency plan. They were given 6 months to do it. At the end of that 6 month, which should be in December or January, the Department of Children's Services will evaluate how far they have made it on the permanency plan. If they've accomplished everything, then they'll probably do a trial visit with the parents. If they haven't accomplished everything, they'll most likely extend the permanency plan another 6 months, which is when we would come into play, where we're fostering them again. I want to say, like, it's usually around 6 months to a year. If the parents have not made any progress, then the state of Tennessee will then begin termination, which takes 6 months.
I'm gonna blow my nose. Sorry.
So they're basically at that point given another 6 months while they are in the process of termination to give the parents another chance. And then if at the end of that they don't get everything completed, then they take it to court. And then that's when rights begin to get terminated. And then the kids would come up for adoption. And we've talked about it. We 100% would adopt the kids if that happened. One thing we know and have known from the very beginning is that the parents absolutely love the kids. The kids love the parents. It's a bad situation, but I know that they are working on it. And they really miss their kids. So if they can get it together, I hope that they can. I hope that the kids can go back and live with them. But if not, we would be a second resource for that.
Yeah. So Jordan asked a good question. They said, have you guys faced any discrimination trying to adopt as homosexual parents?
Luckily, well, we not really, but kinda. So do you know what I'm about to say? So when we went through the process with the private agency, that was perfect. They were super amazing and kind, the agency that we're still with. And then we got our call for our first placement. We were told to go pick them up from the emergency placement. And when we walked, the whole time I'd been on the phone with the woman to meet the kids, who was the foster mom, but she was an emergency foster mom, so just temporary. And she only talked to me and only knew that I was coming with my partner. And so when we get there, I walk in, I'm like, hey, I'm PJ. And I was like, this is Thomas. And she says, I don't remember. Did she say, is that your brother?
Maybe.
I don't remember how it went, but the look she gave us was.
I didn't think it was as bad as you did.
Oh, I for sure think that.
But maybe I never.
Yeah, it appeared to me that when she found out that we were a gay couple, the first thing that she said to us is, you sure you want to do this? And it was the way she said it. It wasn't like she was saying it because it was a lot of work. It was almost like she was saying it because we were a gay couple. Or that's how I took it.
That's how you took it. I took it the opposite way. I took it as because they had just done something. The kids had just like knocked over a cup or something happened. And she was like, you sure you want to do this? So I took it. I didn't look too much into that whole experience, but
she definitely warmed up after that and it felt completely normal. And by the second time that we came out to pick the kids up, she was like completely fine and good and chatty Cathy.
Yeah. Hi, WML. So Jennifer, yes, we will take them out trick-or-treating.
Oh yeah, we get them for Halloween.
That's exciting. For Halloween.
Yep. So we will have them for Halloween, which is so exciting to think about.
Yes, it is.
We always do a like house party party, meaning like we have friends
It's a
and family
get to-
come over.
yeah.
It's kid friendly.
It's a good get together. Probably.
And we pass out candy and have chili and hot dogs. This year it's going to rain, so I'm kind of sad about that because I don't think it's going to be as good of a turnout.
We'll probably just have to start early before the rain hits. Okay. I'm going to ask Al Shalal 7II. We've approved your message so many times, but can you please stop sending that same thing over and over again? I'm so sorry. It's just really long and it kind of takes away from everyone else. So I'm going to approve it one last time and then just write a shorter message and we will love you forever. Hey, Paul. And wait, I think, place your arm to you. Yeah, true, Dylan. Okay, Paul. So we didn't get the kids. We are babysitting the kids again for a little bit. He said he's late, so I'm going to catch him up. But yeah, that's it. That's kind of it for right now.
Yes. So tomorrow we have 2 campaigns to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get the kids tomorrow afternoon. So we went grocery shopping today to prepare for that. We actually are going to do meal prep. So we planned out all week. This is the first time we've ever done this. We planned out for meals for all week for the kids. So we're going to do chili one night. So chili and hot dogs. We're going to do chicken noodle soup one night, chicken enchilada casserole,
I guess. Just chicken enchiladas.
and then we're going to do, what's another one?
Chicken and rice. A lot of chicken.
Chicken and rice. And then we're going to do salmon and rice and salad. And
oh, Justin, that's so sweet.
we have Thomas's mom made this soup yesterday, so we're gonna have that tomorrow. A lentil soup.
Yep. And then we're doing orzo. We're gonna make orzo one night, an orzo pasta type thing. I forget. I'm so sorry. I'm blanking. I forget who asked earlier. They said, Thomas, have you done any more vegan meals or vegan meal prep? I did vegan meal prep earlier, and it felt so good. Blah blah blah. So as you can see, we have been meal prepping, but it has not been vegan. We're still trying to figure out how to properly do that with kids.
Oh, and Darcy, don't worry about it. She said, sorry, I haven't sent the box out yet. I have been crazy busy.
No, don't even. Yeah, don't go to the trouble.
Are you guys doing a couple's costume at all? We have not picked costumes out, and now that we're having the kids, I doubt we'll dress up.
Yeah.
I don't think we will.
Mm-mm.
So we'll see how.
It's not important to us really. We've only really dressed up in our relationship like 3 times together.
We did Brokeback Mountain one year.
Yeah.
We did Chip and Joanna Gaines one year.
Yeah.
Thomas was Joanna Gaines.
It was.
We did, what else?
Did you have to get certified in children's CPR? We did actually.
Yeah.
That was part of our foster care training. Lena said, you got to dress up for the kids. I know. Maybe we will. I don't know. I really want the kids to be PJ masks. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I don't want to do that, but
why? It's perfect. 2 boys and a girl.
So the aunt actually bought 2 of the kids' costumes. I'm not sure what they are. So we just have to get one of the kids a costume.
Darcy said, I used to have a whole month food plan when my kids were little. It lasted for months. It was fun to have the kids pick plans whatever they wanted to. Wow, that's awesome. See, Jordan said, oh my God, PJ Masks is a terrific idea.
Yeah, because there's 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl.
Yeah. So we could be Catboy, Gecko, and Owlette, and it'd be so cute. So what else? Okay, so Paul said, sorry guys, I'm so confused. Are you babysitting the kids you formerly fostered, or are you fostering new kids?
So we are currently babysitting those kids, and we just found out as of this past Thursday that most likely we are going to be taking the 3 kids that we had previously fostered back as a placement. And earlier we had mentioned that it's not because of anything other than the fact that our schedule is just more flexible than their grandmother and aunt and uncle's schedule. And so we'll take placement back, but they'll still get to see them whenever they want to. and still have that relationship, because I think that's really important. The kids love them so much and they love the kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that their work schedule is, I mean, one of them works, I'd say all of them, for sure, all of them work over 40 hours. One of them works like 50 hours a week, and she's going to be working a lot out of town. So it just makes more sense for us to take them, and then they can see them whenever. And we get to see them all the time, which is we're excited about. And we've talked about, if we do get them, there's a school like right down the road from our house that we can walk to. It's literally a block away. So we can get the kids in school and take them to school. It'll be so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. But also people are asking about PJ Masks, and they're saying, is it merchandise? But no, it's a kids show called PJ Masks.
Yeah.
And it stands
we
for,
had no idea what it was.
Right. I had no idea. And it stands for pajama, like PJ short is pajama mask. It's a cute show. You should watch it. Cassie said, I know the family members that have the kids know you do YouTube and they watch your Instagram. Do you know if the kids' parents know and also watch?
So yes, they didn't know initially when they first found out that we had them.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until like, I think the kids went back that they found out about Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we talk to the kid's mom probably weekly through Facebook, and we talk to grandmother and aunt through Facebook also. So yep, they are aware, and I think they're good with it. We've never shown the kid's face, so we've always tried to respect their privacy through this whole process. And they I think the mom and dad kind of enjoy it, because they, even though they're not with the parents, they get to see the kids, whenever we share stories and stuff. So
yeah,
it's got to be sad. I know that they both express that they're sad and they really miss their kids. So I would say that at least they can kind of see them whenever we share on stories.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Layla Myrick said, I'm almost done with my fostering journey in Georgia. Thank you for sharing your journey. My fiance is trans, and we haven't received any prejudice from the DCFS workers. That's amazing. My God.
Okay, so you are going through the process. When you get your first placement, you're going to have them, because we immediately after we got our first placement, we were like, OMG, what did we do? Especially if you don't have kids. If you have kids already, then it's not going to be a big shock. But we went from 0 kids to 3 kids. In the first 7 days, we thought that we had made the biggest mistake of our lives. We thought that we were having to give up our lives, and that everything that we were used to was gone, and like no more date nights and no more blah, 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 blah. We were in panic mode. And then something just clicked on like that around the 7th day, and we couldn't imagine ourselves without kids. And it really did reinsure that we wanted a family and we wanted kids. And you get such a feeling of accomplishment whenever you are helping those in need. So stick with it. You're going to have those moments. It's going to happen. You're going to feel like, oh my gosh, I just put in all these hours to do these classes, and I don't even want to do this anymore, but it is so worth it. And message us if you need any advice, because we were there. Those first few weeks were hell.
Big time.
They were a lot of work.
It's a lot to get used to, because such a huge disrupt of your whole life. Oh, Noah.
Sandy said, Peter, are you still using CBD? Is it working for your anxiety? So yes, I am still using it. Thomas's brother actually started a CBD business. He owns a company called Chattanooga Hemp. So they sell CBD oil. They're about to start selling CBD lotion. So I've been using their products now he started it like 2 years ago, but just, I would say I think he started selling it a few months back. And so now if you go to Instagram and you type in Chattanooga Hemp, you can see their stuff. But
yeah, Sandy, you can order it. They ship nationwide.
Yes.
It's called Chat Hemp or Chattanooga Hemp.
So they only have 2 flavors. They have the natural flavor, which tastes like hemp, but I don't like that one. And then they have hint of mint, with a little bit of the natural flavor in it. And to me, that one it's what I've been using, and I like that one the best.
Oh yeah, Terry, we can't imagine However, most parents like ease into 3 kids, and we kind of just like went overnight into 3 kids. So that was
Yeah. And that first like 2 or 3 weeks with the kids, they were really in a state of like panic. And even though they seemed okay in the daytime and they were happy, like one of the kids was having panic attacks at night. And I thought it was just the kid, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Because he would just wake up and scream, and you would try to talk to him, and he wouldn't do anything. And that's all gone now. So the first few weeks with them, because they went through such a traumatic experience, not even with the parents, just the fact that they got pulled from the parents, then they were in a temporary home for 3 days, and then they came to our house after that, and having to get used to all those things at the age of 4, 2.5, and like
18 months. Yeah. I mean, they are vastly different. And we haven't kind of gone into, we've kind of given everyone a high level overview of our foster care journey because we don't want to share too much and we don't know what we really can share and can't share for the most part. Maybe one day we'll explain everything, but basically the kids are vastly different now and they're so much more comfortable with us and they trust us, and it's just so different than, like PJ said, that first week, which was so hard and so different and difficult. But now it's like,
yeah, that first week, I don't know if we even said it, it was so bad that my mom had to move in with us with my little sister.
Yeah.
So they moved in for the first week and a half to help us take care of the kids because we were really struggling to.
And even just like little things, like I'd never changed a diaper. Yeah, I'd never changed a diaper before. PJ had kind of, but not as many times. And like, what do you do whenever a kid wakes up in the middle of the night screaming? And like, what do you do whenever a little baby wakes up in the middle of the night crying? You can go back to sleep. And what do you do when they won't go to bed? And like,
where's the charger?
On top of the mantle, I think. And I think that's where I saw it. And there's just so much. And hopefully one day, if everything works out, whatever that means, we will be able to kind of go into more detail about our foster care journey, the nitty gritty and the hard parts and the funny parts, and just kind of share more for anyone who really wants to get involved in foster care, because it's not easy, but at this point I'm like, well, I can't remember our lives before the kids. Like, what did we do?
And we get glimpses of that. Like on the last few days, we haven't had the kids since last Sunday. So,
but we literally will say something and we'll be like, oh, that sounds just like so and so, or like, oh my gosh, you just gave so and so's look. Like, we don't mean to, but we're just.
Yeah, each of the kids do like things that are funny. So
so funny.
We find ourselves. Not funny and like we're making fun of them, but just like cute little
kid stuff. And so we basically only talk in their words now, which is probably annoying to other people, but whatevs. Randy, that's funny.
What?
He said, hey guys, I don't know if you'll remember, but on one of your live chats a couple months ago, I offered to be your adopted child at 62 years of age. Still available, just saying. Yeah, Lena, I think we know what we'd want to do.
Any update on the Woodshop? So currently the Woodshop it's been raining the past few days, so we haven't been able to continue painting. We have paint colors picked out. We are almost finished with the layout on the inside, so then we'll begin framing. We're waiting for the electrical inspection, and then we're picking out stuff. So it's kind of slow right now. So we're picking out interior doors, which we found. We're picking out lighting, which we found. The exterior lights, we don't know the plan just yet inside. Picking out beds, some like flooring options. The main thing that's slowing us down is the layout. We told ourselves from the beginning that we were staying within the footprint of the house, which means what's there is what we were going to work with and not add on anything. And I'm struggling with wanting to close in the back porch and make that living space, adding a second story addition. And I'm just like, no, PJ, we bought this to make it livable quickly and not add on. So, but we're hoping to get it done pretty quickly. I'm saying 3 or 4 months from now, it'll be finished.
Like that.
But we'll keep you posted. We're also working on our next YouTube video for that. And it's going to be all about the exterior. So exterior paint choices and design stuff, everything that we've been doing so far up to this point.
Sandy, that's funny.
Frederick,
I know we feel like that too.
Frederick said, who won the argument with the layout? And it's not been decided yet.
No.
So nobody.
Nope.
Nobody yet. It's just hard because we have so much that we want to fit into it. And it's such a small space that figuring out the best spot for everything is the hard part.
I know. So what's her name? Someone said, have you, Arab December said, wow, have you figured out a name for the cottage yet?
We have.
I think we have, yeah.
Yep. And it's from one of you guys. It was probably one of the first ones that came through. And ever since that name came through, it's been in the back of my mind, even with like picking out the design choices, everything just fits what was said. And I love it.
Agreed. Sopna said, Sopna's cottage is keeping you busy. It's good to see. Yes, very true.
Any projects you are looking forward to next year? So as we've mentioned before, as soon as somebody asked earlier if our flip house had sold yet. It has not sold yet. We do have a showing tomorrow on it. We priced that one at the top of the budget. Like when I did comps, I did everything that supports price. I always do like a range, like what to expect. So we could expect this much to this much. I went with the highest just because we've been paying this mortgage since 2015. It's not like we're not used to making it. So we weren't in a rush to sell it, but we reduced the price, I think, yesterday. So yeah, we still have a little bit of wiggle room with it, but we're getting closer to the price that we're like, okay, this is it. We're going to wait and sell it for this price. But once that sells, our next project after the cottage and after that sells is going to be the venue. And so all the money that we make off of this house is going directly to the venue. So that is our big project. And
speaking of, Hosea said, would you all ever move from this house to live on your land?
We've talked about that.
Yeah, we have. And I think we would.
I think we both said that it would be lonely out because it's kind of not, there's nothing to do in the area that it's in. It's very outdoorsy.
Well, there's like two restaurants, but only one of them is open year round.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's 3.
There's one open year round and it is closed 2 days out of the week. But there's not a lot to do. So we've said that we would want to have a family. We'd want kids out there because then we could get like 4-wheelers and have animals and do that whole thing. But with it just being the 2 of us and our dogs and cat, it'd be lonely, I think. But we'll see. It'd be very easy. It'd be a lot easier to manage the venue and cottages if we were on site.
Yeah.
It's only about 25 minutes away. But if we were there, moving out there once it's open might be a big possibility.
Yeah.
Especially if we have kids. I think it'd be fun.
I do too. Kyle said vacation home. Cassie said seems like a few trolls found their way into the live chat tonight. Yes, Cassie.
I didn't see it.
Hosea said, knowing how creative y'all are, you literally could build your own city.
Oh.
That's sweet. Yeah, I mean, we're not attached to this house. I mean, we love it, but we're not so attached that we would never move, especially if the right house came up or right opportunity came up, we would definitely move. So it's always in the back of our head.
Let's see. Scott asked if it was going to be air conditioned. Yes. So I've already I've talked to the person doing the HVAC. So it'll be heated and cooled. We'll probably also we're doing a gas stove. I don't know for sure just yet if we're doing a gas fireplace or not, maybe outside or a fire pit.
Terry said, "You are our Chip and Joanna." Aww.
I do.
Yeah, Darcy, that's so true about the journal. I love that. I love that idea. Sandy says, "Joanna Gaines going to decorate the cottage?" Oh my gosh.
I would die.
I would die too. Oh, don't even put that idea in our heads, Sandy. That's all I'm going to be thinking about. So just bought some CBD from Chattanooga hemp on PJ's recommendation.
Oh wow,
that's awesome.
You should send that to your brother.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a photo of that comment and send it to Thomas's brother. Where's his?
I haven't texted him in a while. Where are you in the venue? Yeah, we've kind of stopped the venue thing for now while we work on the cottage. Because the cottage should be a pretty fast turnaround. Well, hold on. And then circle it. Well, I'll do red. So Kyle, he said, "Have you thought about buying a property in Amsterdam?" Whenever we were there, we actually looked.
And unfortunately, everything is too expensive.
Who can afford property in Amsterdam, like the city? Because I feel like that's where we'd, I mean, I don't know. We say we'd want to live in the city, but I don't know if PJ could actually ever live in the middle of a metro city. We'd probably have to live in a suburb, but like we were looking at some of the canal houses, which is where I would love to live. They're so dreamy. And they were like millions of dollars. It was like New York City prices.
Should we let this cook overnight?
Is it done?
No, but it might be after.
I don't know.
We are we're prepping for the week. We had mentioned earlier that we're going to have the kids this week, so we're prepping meals for the week. One reason why we are having a lot of chicken dishes this week is because we're prepping the chicken today. So we put a whole thing of chicken in a crock pot and we are cooking it down, and then we're going to shred it all and then divide it into 3 different meals and then spread it out over the week. So we're going to have shredded chicken enchiladas. We're going to have chicken noodle soup, and we're going to have chicken and rice soup spread throughout the week.
Oh my God, Terry, that's right. I forgot you were going on that cruise.
Oh, wait, has he went yet?
Yeah, he went to Greece and Italy. Now, which cruise ship did you go on again? These chairs that we're sitting on are so uncomfortable.
Okay, so after buying your goatee, PJ said chickens were next. Are you planning on buying them while you live in this house and build a coop? So we put any more animals on hold. I don't know if you guys know this. A lot of you do, but some of you don't. When we started fostering the kids, having 2 goats, 3 kids, 4 dogs, and a cat was entirely too much. So a friend of mine has a goat farm. She just raises them not for meat or milk or anything like that. She just raises them to sell them as pets. And she took our 2 goats. And after we gave them up, which was sad, we were like, no more pets, because right now we want to focus on kids and starting a family. So I think once we have our kids and we know for sure where we're going to end up, because I don't think this is the house that we're going to be in the next 5 years. Mm-hmm. Once we are in the house that we're going to be in for like the next 15 years, then we'll probably look at new pets.
I want to let you guys in on a little secret. It's not a secret, but I feel like if we speak things into existence, they will happen. We found a piece of property with a house on it that we absolutely love. I'm not going to give details.
A year ago, maybe?
A year ago. We've been obsessed with it for a year. A year ago, we went and toured it.
It's perfect because
it's everything we want.
One thing about this house that we don't like, it's a little bit bigger than what we need. We've kind of complained about that the whole time we've lived here.
Which sounds horrible, by the way, so please don't take it like that.
And it's not even that it's that big, it's just bigger than what we need. Like right. It's 2,900 square feet, and we probably use half of it, maybe a little more than half.
We use about 3/4 of it.
Right.
With the kids.
Maybe. But yeah, so the house that we found is smaller, which we like.
And it's on acreage.
It's on 7 acres?
Yep, and it's in town. So it's like the perfect piece of property for where we are right now in our life, what we're looking for and what we want. It's just a little, we can't justify the price right now. It's a little bit too much to spend.
It's significantly overpriced.
It is. It is.
Like
So,
it's 200 or 300,000
yeah,
overpriced.
yeah, it is.
And the house needs work. It's not even move-in ready.
It's an old house, which we love, and it's a project which we love, but it is too expensive right now. So we're gonna see. We're just gonna speak it into existence, and maybe one day it'll happen. We're telling you guys now. It's the first time we've actually ever talked about it on social media, but it's something that we drive by it daily.
So if it does happen, we can look back on this. Paul said before he goes, any experiences with tiny homes. So my first house was like 650 square feet, but that's the only experience we've ever had with tiny homes. When we start building the cottages, they'll resemble tiny homes, but they'll just be tiny cottages.
Sapna said the universe is listening, Thomas. Yes, I love that mentality, Sapna. Thank you.
We have to take a drug test for fostering. Did CBD tincture affect your results? So that's a good question, because we were concerned about the same thing, because CBD will show up on a drug screen as THC, because there are some levels of THC in CBD, full spectrum. So we were just honest with our caseworker and said, hey, we take CBD, we take it daily. So we know that if we get tested for a drug screen, that it could show up on there. So I would just tell them or ask them and say, hey, I use CBD, it's going to show up, and then see what they say. Because I was like, if I need to stop using it for 30 days or however long until it's out of my system, I can, but I would prefer not to. And they told me not to worry about it. And we didn't actually get drug screened, because they said that they only drug screen if they have a suspicion, or
like if they have anything they think to worry about, they kind of just go off of their gut.
But that's in Tennessee, so like you said, it's probably a different law in Georgia.
Everyone's being so sweet. They're all like, it'll happen. I hope that your dreams of your house come true. The thing is, we love this house.
We do.
We wish that we could pick it up and move it onto some land somewhere, but it's okay for where we're at now. I think that long term, though, we want just something a little different. And plus, we're pretty much finished with this house. So we're kind of ready to also move on and get our creative juices flowing again with a new house.
Ever been to Hillbilly Willie's? Chattanooga shout out. I've never even heard of that. We'll have to look that up.
Is it a restaurant?
Honest question. How can you tell if a guy likes you, or if a gay guy likes you? Just ask. That's what I would do.
I don't think there's any other way to tell, because you never know. Really, truly know until you ask.
Sandy, I know maybe one day.
Yes. Okay, Darcy and Sandy have kind of been talking. I've been noticing it out of the corner of my eye. It would be so amazing if everyone got together one day and met up somewhere and just hung out.
See, the land would be perfect for that, because it would be kind of like a place where a lot of you wouldn't have self-service, so we would really have to just connect and talk and have fires. And this time of year would be perfect to do that, because it's cozy and the leaves are changing, so they're just red and green and orange and yellow, and the mountain is behind it. We will plan something like that in the upcoming, I will say, years, because it's still, the land is very undeveloped right now and there's nothing to do on it. But once we get the venue running, some cottages, maybe a bunkhouse, some
lots of stuff.
Water features.
Sapna said, long term, a home without neighbors so close by would be ideal for y'all. Yes, so true, Sapna. Carolyn said, Thomas, still need that kitchen backsplash. That's true.
Yeah.
Once we get that, then we're finished.
Still not here.
Still not here. That's okay. We've actually gone back and forth on that. Like, maybe we want to
PJ could give dance classes.
We may want to add wainscoting instead as our backsplash.
It smells really like woody.
Did someone ask what we're drinking?
No, but I can smell it.
So Yes, Dan. The anniversary number 5 is in October 2020. So exciting.
Kyle, I think the brand was Valspar, but I'm not 100% sure. They sell it at Lowe's, is where we got it from.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
PJ dance class. Where did it go? Newly single after 18 years in a relationship. I agree. It's hard to know if a guy likes you or not. I'm only 36, so dating is all new. Yeah, but 36 is still young. So you learned what didn't work in your past relationship. I know it's tough going. That 18 years is such a long time, but you know what to look for in your next relationship. So just hang in there. Give yourself some time to heal, because that was the biggest thing. I think most people rush through after breaking up because they feel the need to be with someone because they're so used to being with someone. So just give yourself time to experience what life is, build yourself up, and then when you feel like your foundation is laid, then start looking at that point. Have you sold the flip house yet? So we have not sold the flip house just yet. We do have a showing tomorrow. Fingers crossed, send positive vibes our way that it gets sold, because that's really the only thing that's holding us up from getting started on the venue. Thomas came to the turkey. Yeah, Terry said healing is the biggest thing. Don't rush into something. I feel like that's where most people make the mistake, is that I think that you are so lonely after a breakup that you are trying to fill that loneliness with another person. And that's really when you need to just kind of find yourself. You've been stuck in that relationship for so long that you need to take a moment to just see what it is that you want in your future and in your next relationship.
Alistair, such a creeper.
Yeah, just rebuild that life.
I was just going to the bathroom right now, and the door was kind of shut, and all of a sudden I see this little paw come through the door, and he opened the door and came in there and watched me in the bathroom. He is a creeper. Well, we've gone live for almost an hour tonight.
Ooh,
so
wow. So one of the youngest little girl that we fostered and now babysit, she started saying "Wow," and we couldn't figure out like where it was coming from. But then we caught ourselves. We say "wow" all the time. Like when somebody's telling us a story, we'll be like, "Oh wow,
cool," or something.
We think she might have picked it up from us,
but she says
funny.
Wow instead of wow. It's so funny.
So cute.
So cute.
Yep. So I guess we are going to end it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for spending your day with us, or your night with us, your evening with us. We're going to
just some time with us,
shower, and probably binge something on Netflix. I don't know if we have anything to watch.
There's that new show Daybreak that came out that looks good.
On what?
Netflix.
Okay. Maybe we'll try that.
Maybe we'll watch that.
Anyways, thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys.
Enjoy the rest of your time, and we will talk to you guys very, very soon.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.